We now turn our attention to boxing and the fight that will take place on the undercard of the Conor McGregor-Floyd Mayweather fight. I think it's 26th of August 2017. We've got Nathan Cleverly versus Badou Jack. And it's a decent fight, I think. Definitely a decent fight. I mean, this is going to be massive for Nathan Cleverly. On a high after defeating Jürgen Bremer and taking that WBA World Light Heavyweight title off him. He was coming off a loss to Fonfara. He also had that loss to Tony Bellew 2014. In between Fonfara and Bellew fights, he dispatched Thomas Mann. Fairly straightforward victory, that. But yeah, in fighting Badou Jack, he's really going back to the pinnacle of the division. Obviously, Badou Jack is up in weight. He usually fights at 168, but he's been dying to move up. I think Floyd was saying that, Floyd Mayweather, his promoter and manager or whatever, was saying that he needs to move up. He can't really operate at 168 anymore. He's very big at 168. So after the De Gale fight, which was a tremendous fight, blimey, great fight, he's moved up. And I'm inclined to think that Badou Jack has a very good chance to take this title. Cleverly is a very good operator. He did well to dispatch Bremer. But we have to, be honest with our assessment. Bremer was probably the weakest champion in that division. He seemed to be kind of cherry-picking his opponents. If you look at Bremer's opponents, he didn't really face anyone that difficult for a while. And then he came up against Cleverly. Cleverly put in a good performance. Cleverly, who is talented, and showed him levels, really. Got past Bremer. And now he moves up to face Badou Jack. Jack is very strong. He's got very good fitness. That's the main thing about Badou Jack. He's got a good chin. He's a strong man. He's an introverted character. He's a self-directed character. He's someone who is not going to give up. He's not someone who's going to give you an easy night. It's always going to be difficult against someone like Jack. If we look at his record, he's got the one loss against Derek Edwards. I don't know what happened there. 2014. I'm going to let him off that one, because if you look at the rest of his record, that draw with De Gale, Butte, got past George Groves. Wasn't that a draw initially? Butte and Jack. Anyway, he whatever the result was, he pretty much won that fight. I've seen the fight. George Groves got that split decision over Groves. Durrell. Look at these names. These are proper names on his record. And we just know what he's about. He's just very strong and very physical. The thing is, what's interesting is Cleverly is as well. Cleverly always comes in tremendous condition. Always in good shape. And when you hear Cleverly talk, he has a good attitude. And again, he's not a quitter. He's going to put it all on the line. And as we saw with the Cleverly Fonfara fight, which is one of the most entertaining fights you'll ever see, they both went at it. Cleverly famously, sticking his tongue out at Fonfara mid-fight and just saying, bring it on. He's up for a fight. He's up for a scrap. I think Cleverly's done well to kind of rebuild his profile after what happened quite a few years ago. He fought Sergei Kovalev, and Kovalev did a job on him, but there's no shame in that. I mean, Kovalev, one of the greatest of all time, really, isn't he? He's got those losses against Andre Ward, but we're not going to hold that against him. A tremendous puncher, a tremendous fighter. So he lost to Kovalev. Then he's kind of come back, rebuilt his career, and held aloft the title. So good for him. But I think this one, for me, I just see Badou Jack having that little bit more power. His shots to the body are quite strong. I just have him that little bit. It's just going to be about fitness, and I see it going a distance, because I don't see either of them giving up. It's a massive fight. Look at the card they're on. McGregor against Mayweather. There's not much more motivation, is there? That is a huge card. Cleverly's holding the title, which he's worked so hard to get back, against Jack, who, was just tremendous against De Gale, has that tremendous work rate, has Floyd Mayweather behind him. And I think what will come through here, it's going to be who wants it more. Cleverly's very driven for this. He wants to do well. He knows it's not a crossroads fight. He's the champion. But in a way, the stages that they both are in their career, whoever loses this, it's a hell of a setback. Neither of them are kind of at the beginning of their career. They're sort of in the, I'm not going to say the latter stages, but, they're 75% of the way through. They're in their end peak, So they need to deliver here. And I just see Jack having that little bit more fitness, that little bit more work rate, although Cleverly's work rate's there. And I just see Jack's shots inflicting a bit more damage on Cleverly than Cleverly's shots will inflict on Jack. Could there be a stoppage? Yes. There could be a late TKO, I would have thought. Like, just exhaustion, just accumulation of body shots. I'm not sure it'll be one big punch that, either guy gets taken out with. But a light heavyweight is possible. I'm going to go... I'm leaning towards points. But as far as a betting proposition goes, I think I just lean towards Jack. I do lean towards Jack. I do think it's a great fight. I do think it's going to be a tremendous scrap. Two guys, no quarter will be given, They're both going to go at it. They're both going to give 110%. So, in that situation, it's just a case of who wants it more. If we move to the betting, we can see Badou Jack. You can get 4-11 on Jack. Cleverly, there's 9-4 out there. 15-8, even. Is that 3-1? Blimey. Okay, well, there's your odds. 4-11 Badou Jack. Nathan Cleverly. It's sort of, you've got 15-8, 9-4, 3-1. I mean, I think 3-1 is a pretty good value, actually. If you like Cleverly, that isn't too bad at all. Just generally, I think it's a reasonable value, because I'd have it a bit closer than that. Badou Jack going off 4-11. I mean, do you know what I mean? My instinct is, I think it's 4-9. I was thinking 4-9 Badou Jack, or 1-2, something like that. So 1.5, 1.45 is 4-9. 1.5 for 1-2. That's what I see. So I think it's a little bit short. I don't know if there's value on Jack. I mean, I would be looking to use Jack in an accumulator. I'm wary of lumping big money on this one. Obviously, Jack is moving up in weight, so we have to appreciate that. And I'm going to say something funny here as well. Immediately, I think the draw could be a possibility. If both go at it, very small stakes, obviously. Draw, you're getting big odds, 20, 25 to 1 the draw, most times. But I think in this case it's worth doing. It certainly was worth doing for DeGale Jack. I put a few units on that. A friend of mine mentioned it, and I thought, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. So I put it on, and it came in. I think this one you might want to put half a unit on the draw. But in terms of the victory, I think Jack will get it. I would use it in an accumulator. 4-11. You're not going to be retiring anytime soon with odds like that. But that's my lean. That's my call. So we're going to go with Badou Jack in this fight. Any views you have, please comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.